Hey, we are here in the future home of the striped hyena diorama, which is currently being built thanks to Indiegogo supporters and fans of the Brain Scoop in the Field Museum, and we're here with Aaron Delahanty.
That's right, yeah. My name is Aaron Delahanty, and I'm an artist here on staff at the Field Museum. I work in the replication shop, and we build a lot of components for the exhibitions here, and the occasional diorama, which I guess hasn't come up in many decades.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing that this is happening, and I'm thrilled and pretty honored to be able to paint the mural for it.
So it's dusk, it's this beautiful area in Somaliland where these hyenas were originally found. In terms of like time of day, like is this accurate? What direction are we pointing in? And you have some stars and things, and how'd you come up with that configuration?
We sure do, yeah. We looked very closely at when these hyenas were originally collected back in, I think it was 1896. And it was during the dry season, so we, based on that information and where they were in Somaliland, we chose August 6th, 1896, and we're doing 5:30 in the morning. It's civil twilight, they call it.
So what about, but the star pattern, that wasn't a trivial decision as far as I understand it.
Because it's a night scene and we know the place, it was pretty easy for us to decide on making sure that the constellations in the sky were totally accurate for this time in Somaliland.
Carl Akeley, if he were here today, what do you think he would think about this?
He'd probably snarl.
He was kind of a snarly man.
From what I've heard, he was very snarly. But I know he'd be proud because he devoted his entire existence to dioramas.
When you're talking about like wanting to retain accuracy and all of those things, and we're thinking about Carl Akeley and what would Carl Akeley do, we have this huge landform in here. And
that's right.
You didn't build this.
No, this was part of the original taxidermy. And we're trying to preserve as much of the original Carl Akeley taxidermy as we can, and that includes this landform.
So it's good. I'm glad that you guys are keeping all of this and keeping, obviously, like detailed notes, capturing how all of this is happening. I think that's one of the most exciting things about this. The exhibitions department has been detailing literally every step of this process. They got this time lapse of a GoPro in here to paint the scene.
Yeah, the whole museum community is very excited about this project, and a lot of people outside the museum are really thrilled about this project too. So we're trying to document it in various ways to show off to people what their contributions have done.
I'm pretty excited about it. It's one of the coolest things I've been a part of.
Me too, and it wouldn't have happened without Brain Scoop. So I am thrilled for Emily and thrilled for all of her fans because this has been fantastic.
So, Aaron, can you just walk me through what's happening in the landscape?
Sure. Our main feature is the acacia tree, which we have here. And on top of the acacia tree here, there are a couple vultures who are waiting for the hyenas to finish up so that they can have their piece. Then we have these boulders. The locals call them extrusions because they just kind of pop up in this weird landscape. Locals also call those plants they're Sansevieria, but locals call them mother-in-law's tongue.
Oh.
Because they're so sharp and pointy and kind of dangerous looking.
That's fabricated?
That one's fabricated, but that we got from Home Depot, so don't look at that. That's just a place. That's just a placeholder.
You're gonna make one that's nicer than what Home Depot can offer.
Yeah, real Sansevieria. They're much sharper and they're thicker and they're not pretty like the Home Depot version is. One of Carl Akeley's photos. It's a very beautiful bunch of aloe. So yeah, and then it's just sort of desert. Luckily, it's since it's 5:30 in the morning and it's the dry season, there won't be much dust in the air. So you get this very clear line of sight all the way to the horizon.
And so what's this tree over here?
Yeah, it's still half painted. People call it a dragon's blood tree. It's just such a cool tree. It's got this red sap, so if you cut it, it looks like it's bleeding blood, like red blood, so dragon's blood. It's pretty awesome.
Gotcha.
Pretty cool tree.
Are you gonna put a big slash in it and it'll be oozing?
No, I won't. No.
That'll just be a nod to the botanists.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Orion up there, if you can see all the way up towards the ceiling, use a little belt if you keep turning. You can find Orion's belt. Casper and Pollux, the Gemini twins, even though they were close to the horizon where you probably shouldn't see them because it's so bright, I left some artistic license there to bring Casper and Pollux.
I think that's
into the
permissible.
landscape. Thanks. Yeah. And then that's it. We got our hyenas in the foreground, our bat-eared fox. This is just
The stand-in.
This is he's the stand-in is right. This isn't going to be the one that we put in here. And I probably left some things out because it's a very complicated story here, but that's the gist of it.
It's pretty good.
Thanks. Yeah.
So this was one of my favorite things after the campaign closed and we got the green light, we're gonna go up and do it. And I went into your studio upstairs and you had this adorable model.
Yeah, this was our first thing we did on day one was begin construction on a 1/10 scale model. So this was great. This gave us our opportunities to start talking with the botanists so that we can get the plants right, to start talking to the geologist to make sure that we get the geology correct, to start talking to the astronomer to get the stars correct, and then talk to the zoologist to make sure that the animals are in their correct environment, doing something they would be doing in this space at this time of day. And then I painted it again on this little guy, and this one over here was so that I can get the color correct.
Yeah.
So the thing about this painting is that you don't want to reveal that it's a painting to people, you know, because that would just ruin the whole effect. People just want to get lost into it, you know? So it has to be seamless in that sense. And glare, it can't have any glare, because if there's glare on the wall, it kind of reveals that it's paint. So I end up making this formula for, there's all this beeswax. I add beeswax to pretty much all the oil paint, so it kills any kind of sheen whatsoever to it. I didn't put any beeswax in the moon though, because I wanted that to glitter a little bit.
That should pop.
Yeah.
You should put some actual glitter on it.
It's not a bad idea.
I think Carl Akeley would approve.
Oh yeah,
And
he would
bedazzle.
snarl in a nice, approving way.
It still has brains on it.